Hey, how's it going? Couple days ago I played a singles match and I had some fun on the court. Now I'm going to analyze a couple of points from that match. The first point that I'm going to analyze is from the very first service game. So as you see, I'm a left-handed player and my opponent is a right-handed player. And my strategy was simple. I was going for the placement with the serve. And when you are a left-handed player, you quickly want to find out where is your opponent's weakness. If your opponent's weakness is his backhand side, you want to quickly establish the pattern, your strength against your opponent's weakness. So I was serving to my opponent's backhand side and the return came back to my forehand side. Now the rest is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna hit with my forehand to my opponent's backhand side. So my opponent tried to hit to my backhand side, but his shot wasn't very fast. So I had that little bit more time to run around my backhand side. And now my opponent tried to hit also to my backhand side, but the point was over. He made a mistake. When it's the start of the match, try to go a little bit easier. Don't go for the maximum power straight away. Try to start feeling the ball. As you see, I won the point with a pretty low level of risk. It's okay to feel nerves. It's the start of the match. Try to really feel the ball. Try to value the consistency more. Now let's take a closer look to the second point. In this point, I did pretty okay return and I decided to go forward. I was a little bit late with my approach and I had to hit half volley. Now I approach forward. As my opponent starts to hit the shot, I'm at the ready position. My opponent did a good job with his first passing shot. I managed to get his passing shot back, but I was at the defense. And his second passing shot was also good. And I lost a little bit intensity at the net. The reason I approached the net so many times was because my opponent wasn't quite at the same level that I was. So it allowed me to do secondary patterns and so on. So I served and volley a lot. I hit the return and came to the net a lot. Of course, I'm not going to win every point at the net, even when the opponent is not at the same level. Now let's take a closer look on the third point. In this point, I want to talk about the position of my return of serve. So as you see, my feet are wide apart. I'm really ready to return. I didn't want to give any cheap points to my opponent. If the serve came to my forehand side, I felt pretty confident to hit it back. So I didn't have to slice it back. So I gained immediate advance, and when the ball is short, that's a really invitation to come to the net. So I approached to my opponent's backhand side, and now the passing shot went pretty high, and it was quite easy for me to hit it from high to low and finish the point. Throughout the match, I felt quite ease with my game. I didn't have to play my A game to beat my opponent. Now let's watch the fourth point. Now it's the start of the point. I really wanted to return with my forehand side. I did a pretty good return, and now it's the important part. If you take a closer look to my opponent, you see that he's not gonna hit some spectacular shot. He's on defense. He's reaching for the ball. And here I am. I'm noticing it and I'm running forward. Now I got a short ball. If I would have wanted, I have hit it for the winner, but I still wanted to approach the net. And again, I was approaching to my opponent's backhand side and I made him run. And at the end, I got something easy. To summarize my match, I wasn't really challenged. I wasn't really tested by my opponent. During the match, he only hit one winner. It was a service winner. Most of the points ended with unforced errors or forced errors. by my opponent. And I wasn't really hitting any winners. I wasn't focusing on hitting any winners. I was focusing on coming to the net. I was focusing on creating an advantage. And when I really got something easy, then I went for the winner. But at the start of the point, I was focusing on get my returns in, get my serves in. And I pretty much always had that split extra second that allowed me to do my things, create an advantage, and at the end go for the winners. Because my opponent wasn't quite at the same level that I was, so I wasn't jogging around the court. I had to keep up with the intensity to play my game. I didn't want to just starting pushing the ball back. So a couple mistakes here and there, but at the end my opponent wasn't able to get any games from me. During my match, I felt relaxed on the court. Definitely, I didn't have to show my A game to my opponent. My heart rate was quite low. I was enjoying going to the net and I had some fun on the court. During that match, my opponent had 1 game point on his serve, but unfortunately for him, he was taking some risks and he did double fault on that game point. By his standards, he played 1 or 2 pretty good points, but it wasn't enough to win any games against me. It felt good to be back on the court and I was quite satisfied with my performance. Couple points, couple returns here and there, I did the mistakes, but it happens. You can't play perfect tennis all the time. So most of the times I was quite satisfied with my performance. To be honest, I was quite nervous before my match. But after playing like 10 minutes, 15 minutes, the nerves started to go away and I started to relax. I started to enjoy my match. But before the match, because I haven't played for a long time any match, I was quite nervous. So I was really focusing what I want to do in the match, where I'm going to serve, where I'm going to return, what's my main purpose on the match, what was my main strategy in the match. So I'm feeling the nerves are still going to be there. It doesn't matter against who you're going to play, you're still going to feel nervous and that's okay. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I will see you soon. Take care. Bye.